It's that time again. Another episode of Hesham's Halftime. And today I got a special treat for you. Today we have DJ Fluker, 3-time national champ at Alabama, 2012 first round pick of the Chargers, played for the Giants, the Seahawks, the Ravens, the Jaguars, the Dolphins, and here he is, and the Raiders. And here he is today. Say hello.
How's it going, fellas?
So DJ, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, first, from New Orleans, born in Alabama, from New Orleans, grew up there, military kid, of course. Been into a few different states across the way. Katrina hit in 05 and moved to Mobile, Alabama, and that's how I really got my start.
So DJ, we were talking a number of things backstage, and you were talking about moving back to Mobile, Alabama, and I was telling you my father was a Texas A&M alum, so I'm born in Bryan, Texas, because back then College Station didn't have a hospital, and we were talking about the evolution of that. So you basically going to school at Alabama was a homecoming for you.
Oh yeah, definitely was, man. Honestly, it's the most country state to be, but I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed being there.
There's something about that Southern hospitality, I'm sure. But the questions I had we were talking about earlier backstage was Coach Saban. And I've always had this thing because I'm a WVU alum. So coming out of West Virginia, you hear all these stories about Nick Saban and doing certain things growing up through the years. And I hear all these stories. But I'm especially always been in infatuation with his productivity, his outline of a program. And there's different things I wanted to ask you about, because when I talk about men and men's health and men's perspective and growth within the health industry, I kind of start back with structure and the structure of discipline. So let me start it up back there, so we'll talk about this. My favorite line has always been, "There's no air in calories, guys." So tell me about the weigh-ins and weigh-outs. So, when I was in school, we back then, and I'm showing my age here, we still had triple sessions. So they'd weigh us in and weigh us out after practice. So tell me about the weight clauses.
Oh man. So I guess when I got to campus, I didn't know it was such thing as weight. I thought like the bigger you are, the better you'd be, but I was wrong. The first day on campus, we got there. Me, Adrian McCarron, Trey Richards, and a couple other guys that we still keep in touch with, whatever. We go outside around 110s. Nah, I didn't know it was gonna be that many. He said 18 110. Okay, I can deal with that. Cool. But I'm gonna tell you, when you start messing up, we did by the end of that session, we did 36 110s. You talking about? I'm in forces. I ain't had the real shoes there. I wear 18.
Now, was that the conditioning test?
That was a conditioning test coming in from high school to go to college. Right?
So you missed the times and you run more.
Oh, I was walking by that eighth one. I was walking.
Now, just to replay back, AJ McCarron and Trent Richardson were in your recruiting class?
Yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Okay. So when you came in first, tell me a couple things before we get into. I know you took media training that first year.
Oh yeah, they don't let freshmen talk at all.
Okay, so you're already refreshed on the mic, so here we go. So tell me this real quick. Man, did they go over nutrition with you?
They did. We had a nutritionist. She was pretty cool. Her name Miss Amy. She was there for a while. When she got there, I was like, thank you, Jesus. We got someone that actually know what they're talking about. It was a cool little transition, honestly. I didn't understand nutrition at that time, but she made things simple. We would go cook in the cafeteria sometime, or she was like, hey, I can show you how to cook at your dorm. But she was teaching us. She did more than a normal nutritionist actually would do. She taught us why we ate the food that we ate and why it benefited us on the field and off the field. So yeah, I enjoyed it. She was awesome.
Tell me a couple things real quick. You know, I've always been an advocate of hip mobility. Like I've always told clients over the years, listen, I can tell your age by your hips. Tell me about the mobility structure.
Oh my God. Well, I'll tell you, Alabama, we had Pilates. They did Pilates. They did yoga. We had yoga classes probably like once a week. We had Pilates. So I mean, we stayed mobile. They made sure we stayed mobile.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And if not one day, we had karate one day too, which was quite random. I didn't know we needed karate, but it was fun. But it got us active. It got us more mobile. Coach Cochran did a great job. Like after practice, making a stretch, coming in. Sometimes some guys would stay later on, do a little more hip mobility, because the more hip force you have, the more you can move and be more explosive. So
it's obviously it's a necessity for an athlete at that particular point. But we were also talking back earlier because I went to an Olympic lift school, and I always thought, man, the hand clean for football was kind of overrated.
Okay. I hear that.
You didn't test you didn't test any of the Olympic lifts, did you?
Oh no, we didn't.
Okay. Now, it's probably why you still have shoulders together and everybody else I've graduated with doesn't. But I'm going to ask the questions this particular way.
Okay.
Do you see it as a necessity for football?
One more time.
Do you see it as a necessity for football?
Hand cleans.
Yes.
I feel like it has a lot to do with explosion, yes. To bounce off the ground, to attack your opponent, yes. I do think that's
okay.
necessary.
But my question, I guess, is it the only way to teach explosiveness to an athlete?
No, there are various ways to just hand clean. I mean, squat rack, single legs. You doing a lot of stuff on one leg, like from one foot to the next. So yeah, there's plenty of ways to make that accommodation. Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes taking the time to teach it has always been an issue, and the risk to reward hasn't always been a factor. So I've always thought between jumps and throws, I could do force application that particular way. Mm-hmm. Obviously you were doing a ton of plyometrics at school.
Yeah, we did a lot of that. I think we probably did a lot of that on, like, for instance, we would have a day where it'd be like a recovery day, probably on a Saturday. If it like, for instance, we had like a 4-quarter program. On Saturday, it was probably like a recovery day. We come in, we'd do plyometrics, stuff like that, and that helped us stay mobile, stay more explosive. So yeah, it really helped.
Before I get out of your college transition to the league, let me ask this question. I've always thought these. Give me the whole Saban mindset stuff. In other words, give me the productivity mindset stuff, give me your best analogies, and I want the best sayings.
I think that coming in, I'll tell you a story about being recruited.
Beautiful, hit it.
Yeah, recruiting story. So I was going to go to LSU because that's where I really wanted to go. But then I seen Coach Saban was there at LSU in 2003 when they won a national title. I seen it, and I was young. I understood football a little bit,
right?
But he was at Miami coaching at the time, and I heard about Coach Saban going to Alabama. It was just kind of rumors,
right?
At the time, Alabama Coach Shula was there.
Right. I remember. He recruited me, right? Mike
Shula, yeah. He recruited me. I also had other offers besides Alabama, which I was looking at going to. But I seen it. I was like, oh, he not going there. But then I want to say around time I left my senior year is when he actually went to Alabama. I was like, okay. Took a visit there. Said, man, Coach Saban, I see this little guy. Nah, like Coach Saban don't hurt me now. Look, I see this guy. So I'm in high school. So I see my coach, Todd Watson. He goes and said, hey, you see that guy with the 2 bodyguards? I'm looking like, yeah, like who is that? Well, that's Coach Nick Saban. I said, oh, that's Nick Saban. I was shocked. I said, okay. They came out here to see guys play and everything. I said, hopefully I'm on that list, which I was already. I didn't know because Shula already recruited me.
Right.
Yeah, he already got me a scholarship, so he came out to see me play. At that time, I was playing defense, of course. Did really well, met him, came up, 2 bodyguards, 2 sheriffs actually, came up, shook my hand with the same sheriffs who were there when I met him recruiting process, with the same sheriffs who was there the whole time I was there in Alabama. Mm-hmm. Crazy look. But yeah, I seen him, I said, wow, I said, this is what a coach look like. I said, man, are they all like that? Strict, real detailed, real straight to the point. They do recruitment, they come to the house and meet your parents and everything like that. So that was cool. My mom enjoyed it. Of course, we had other coaches like Les Miles came by during that time too, because I was like the number 1 recruit during that time in the country. Mm-hmm. So I had every school in college. So I didn't know how high I was ranked in high school football because I understand, like, coming from where I come from, we ain't had anything like this. So I had a Nokia cell phone.
Right.
You think I can text with a little
It wasn't as global that way.
Yeah, man, I ain't understand it.
Yeah, as you would now.
Right. And then when I started seeing the backs of scholarships coming in, now I'm going to tell you a funny story. Now, I would have went to Clemson because I really liked the Clemson. And I played NCAA football, right? We all play that.
Right.
But they spelled my name wrong. They spelled it Fluher. I was like, rip, I ain't going here. I ain't gonna lie. True story. I ripped it.
I remember going through the recruiting process the same way, and I'm shooting free throws over which school to go to. Like, it's kind of like you get to, I like this one and I like that one.
Right. It's like you get the whole day pool up in colleges of which one is gonna fit you. That's how one of my coaches put it. It's like you trying to find the perfect girl for you.
Yeah,
that's how you put it. Like, what fits you to make you a better person.
And what can I grow with? And what can I really grow from?
Right.
Like, I ended up in West Virginia because they sold my mom. So,
See, that makes sense. You know, but going out to Alabama and me, Coach Saban being there, I remember going on my last official visits I had. I went to LSU for another visit to go see him. Coach Saban comes in. He said, "Hey, you come out to Alabama for my other visit, right?" I already committed there, you know. And he says to me, he's like, "So what did LSU talk to you about coming there and being a starter?" And then he's like, "Okay." He was like, "Yeah, they probably try to talk to you about other things too." I was like, you know, kind of shrugged it off, you know. And he looks at me, and I just smiled. I say, "Coach, honestly, I just work my ass off. I do what I gotta do. I gotta do." You know what I'm saying? So, he looks at me. He said, "Look," he said, "I'm gonna tell you something." And I remember him doing this. He crossed that leg, shut that door with that button. No, look back. Oh Lord, what's going on here?
Lockdown, yeah.
Locked down, man. I'm telling you. So I was like, all right. I look back, it's like, I never been trapped into an office like this before, you know? So he says to me, he looks at me out, he said, "We can win with you or we can win without you." I said, I'm a 5-star recruit. You can say win with you know, without me? I'm looking like, I bet. So I ended up going to Alabama. I ended up going because it pissed me off. I was like, I'm gonna show you how good I really can be. So during that time I came in, of course, I mean, I was a little heavy because I'm in the country. I'm in Foley, Alabama at the time because me and Julio Jones went to the same school. I mean, Julio.
You went to high school?
Yeah, me and Julio went to the same school. So when I came in over to Foley, Alabama, actually, it was Julio's senior year because he's supposed to went to Oklahoma, but he ended up going to Alabama. And I met Julio for the first time, right? He was cool. He was cool. I seen him because we had played against him in the 707 when I went to Mobile Tool in Mobile. And I said, "Dude, that's a freakish athlete." Then I ain't been his teammate, play basketball together. I missed him by a football season, but he was cool. But ended up going to Alabama, became teammates, of course. And that process, man, the process with Coach Saban out there seeing us run, coaches used to come out on the balcony and watch us run. How crazy is that? We're in the heat. It's about 90-something degree heat.
But sometimes, it's funny because I always say this to people all the time. You want to show me who you are, I put them in a squat rack. Nobody's going to protect anybody, right? You're going to sit your ass or not? Can you sit in the hole and come out or not?
Right.
It's going to tell me everything I need to know about you. I don't care where you were raised. I don't care who you came from. Yep. I don't care what you had. Will you sit your hips in the hole or not? And will you take the struggle, right?
Right.
You may or may not come back up. Can you handle that? Can you deal with that? And sometimes I think what it is, the structure of people is, there's some people, they're scared to sit in home. Right?
Right.
I can't really go to war with you like that.
Right.
I'm sorry, I just can't. It's not about a mobility thing. It's not about a this. It's about a drive thing. You willing to get in there? You willing to absorb what it takes? Right. Can you take what it takes? And can you get back out?
Right.
Right?
Right, no, you're right, absolutely. And there's some guys that on our team that couldn't do it.
And sometimes in the heat, the coach is testing. Can he go or can't he go?
Right.
Is he competitive?
Right.
Do you have that drive? Right?
Absolutely.
Yo, it's the go to the jungle, baby. Survival of the fittest. And I think sometimes when you look at those things, you realize, who am I really going to war with and who I'm not going to war with? And are they ready? Right. Are you really, truly ready? Right? So when we look at life sometimes, it's a metaphor for life, really. Right? You're going to struggle sometimes.
Of course.
Who's getting back up and rolling?
That depends on that heart right there.
Well, I always think man, you said it. It does depend on the heart, but I want to kind of express it a different way. Yeah. Sometimes in everybody's mind, it's a drive thing.
Yeah.
Is it worth it to me? Am I going to get up back and go? Right? You're going to get all these people and you got a bunch of 5-stars, right? I'm going to go compete against everybody. And this is the way life really is. Yeah. Right? Are you going to get back up and go again?
Always. Gotta give it. You gotta do it.
Okay. Yo, the next guy up is a 5-star. You going to come compete? Or you going to go somewhere else where I could just be handed the starting position? Right?
You got to compete every day.
Okay, but I'll drive you and you'll drive me and we're going to go further and I'm going to get this and we're going to go there and I'm going to take this. Sometimes, people are happy being the strongest dude in the gym. You need to go to a gym where you're not the strongest man in the gym anymore.
Yeah. You have to rise to your competition.
That's the thing. So, you walk with the lane, you're going to develop a limp.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes in this world, when we look at men, sometimes the drive isn't always there anymore.
Yeah, I mean, now that I do agree with. I think it's because how society is starting to reform every man on Instagram, from Facebook. Everybody just want to be complacent on where they are. Or just maintaining. I mean, I feel like this. If you're willing to maintain where you are, then you really being complacent. Then that's just how I see it.
I call that the comfort disease.
Comfort. I mean,
Yeah.
I like me personally. I'll tell you when I came to Alabama, I had a point to prove. I know where I came from. I know how hard I had to work to get there. I know what I had to do. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to not have no clothes. I know what it's like to eat at a garbage can with my siblings. So you know what I'm saying? Eating grapes and fruit and stuff like that. People don't have that mindset of wanting it that bad.
I'm gonna touch on two things with that.
Go ahead.
Does that drive you and make you compassionate at the same time?
I think it did for me. It was more like,
Why do you say that?
because I mean, the thing about it is, like, for me, it's like I always had to prove myself one way or another. Whether I have to be, oh, he's just a ball player, oh, he's that smart, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go show you. I'm more than just that. I had to prove to my family. Was like, hey, I'm going to college. Cool, going to college. I made it to college. Made it here. I was gonna graduate 3 years and a half. I said, football don't work out. I got my degree. You know what I did? I stayed my ass inside study hall. I was there from 7 p.m. to 9:30 at nighttime. It was still closed. I had a tutor that stayed there with me to help me with my homework. That's how dedicated I was.
You mean it didn't just come that easy to you?
Nah, man. I mean, shoot, y'all think about it. College is hard.
No,
College
I would
is good for
agree.
ed.
That it's a,
You know.
it's a sense of, yeah. Sometimes we'll talk about the it must be nice factor.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you know how this works, right? Okay, it's an excuse for this, an excuse for that, an excuse for this.
Right.
Yep. We're almost to the point in society where we don't want to try.
Right. I agree, because we want everything handed to us, and that's not how the life works.
Well, okay. So we discuss mental health. I think that's where it comes from, right?
Right.
Yo, I got myself in a spot. Some things happened. I rolled into a hole. How the fuck do I get out?
It's about what is your give a fuck meter. Sorry, I gotta speak raw, uncut.
That's okay. Run with it. Run with it.
Like, if you got your back against the wall, what a dog gonna do? He's gonna fight his way back out of it. A guy, some guys' mentality, man, they so stuck in, like, man, what's somebody gonna think about me? Man, forget all that. It's you and whoever else in that room together. We gotta get out of it.
We got to get out of it. Yeah.
Gotta get out of it.
Yeah, it's a sense. So, okay, so I'm going to ask you these. What are your rituals to stay uncomfortable?
So I mean, the thing about me when I was like college, man, it was rough. I had guys who were hungry, who were starving.
Yeah.
The thing about me is I just wanted it bad enough to stay the heat a little bit longer than them. When people go out and party, you know what I was in the gym working. I was running on the weekends. Me and Marcel Darius, great player, great person. First round pick went to the Bills. You know what I'm saying? Me and him
Big time defensive tackle. I remember.
Big time. Everybody know about that guy.
Go ahead. And he played. He could play the 3 or the 5.
Yeah, fastest, most athletic dude I've ever seen. But I'll tell you one thing though, he had a point to prove, and I was like, you know what, time to go. I had a good teammate named Chance Warman. Me and him were like this. You know, we talk now every now and then, but I mean, we still keep in contact. But that was my dog. When it was time to work, hey Chance, what you doing? Man, I'm about to go to the facility. I'm right there with him. I'll call her, hey bro, time to work out. We gone. Because the thing about it is, we all had a goal to make it to that next level. We didn't get no NIL deal. Half of us we had parents, cool. We had money, cool. Man, I ain't had none of that. None of that.
I hear you.
None.
I hear you. Sometimes.
We in the trailer park.
Do you think college football today is watered down because of that?
Man, I'm be honest with you. I watch some kids I see. Some of the kids I see from the hood probably got some hard time, but when they get their bread, their whole mindset change. They don't work as hard. Some guys go to the league, they get the bread from the college. They're like, man, shit, I'm already here. I don't need to come out. They don't have that passion for the game for real. I'm watching you guys on TV. They don't have that passion. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no dogs.
Let me ask it this way, because I want to say it this way, and this is in general of men.
For sure.
Right? Yo, I got paid. The complacency sets in.
I mean, for the average person, probably, yeah. But for a person that need more, I don't think so. I just don't believe that. If you comfortable with where you are, then you're not a man, dog. I don't see it that way. I need more. I need to own shit.
Great. I'm gonna touch on that one because you just got me excited. Let's go. Let's look at it like this. And that's the thing sometimes. And I think sometimes people don't understand. There's a certain drive and a certain work ethic and a certain, I need to belong. I need to be here. It's a survival of the fittest. You get it, but do you aspire for more?
Yeah, I mean, there are always more things you want. I call it like in college. We always said, "I will not be denied." You got to have an will not be denied attitude.
Okay, so I got that, but how do I juggle that with the gratitude, Monica?
The gratitude.
See, I know. Give me both. I want to hear it. Yo, give me the fine line on that because everybody wants some fucking textbook political answer. Give it to me.
I mean, if you feel like you getting gratitude for what you're doing, I mean, you looking for validation. I don't need validation for what I'm doing. If this is what I do.
Okay. There's a one thing for you individually being thankful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you very thankful for what you have?
The opportunities.
Yeah. The opportunities.
Right. But I always say it like this: if I have another opportunity, and I didn't try to exercise it as hard as I can to give it a ride, am I really gracious?
Nah, because the opportunity don't come that.
That's exactly how it would say. So sometimes, I got paid. Yo, can I work for the next deal?
Yeah.
Right? Can I work to get one more shot? Can I work to get another opportunity? What am I willing to do? Am I willing to sacrifice to A, B, and C? Could work a little harder? Could I eat a little better? Could I sleep a little earlier?
Yeah.
Could ride a little bit more?
It's just what your mindset is at that time.
Mm-hmm. Or, how do I say this? Can I research the next guest and find out what the fuck he was doing at Alabama?
You could.
Yeah, okay, good.
You
good.
could.
See, that's how it would work.
You could.
Okay. Super. That would be the point. Okay.
Gotcha.
Because there's a thing in the preparation, and you came from a place where you had a leader where he said, "Yo, you win this in the preparation.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get this Monday through Friday. Fuck Saturday. Saturday's a show.
Of course.
Right? Saturday's a validation. Where do I go from there?" And I think it's a mindset in anything constructive anybody's trying to do. And I think sometimes rather than, it's kind of like I'll always use the moniker, and I'm going to get killed for this one on mental health. So you might as well clip this later. And let's do this like this. Somebody depressed. Before you give them an SSRI, can I work out 21 days straight?
Sure.
Because I can't imagine you show up in the gym and push yourself 21 fucking straight days and you still need medication. Okay. And if you get a chance to look at the sun every day, that'd be a nice opportunity too. So when we talk about health, it's going back to basics.
Right.
So you know what? When they say you're just a football player, and this is the funniest shit I ever fucking heard every single time. Okay. So I learned the playbook this thick with this many adjustments and this many reads.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So clearly I must not be bright. Seriously? Okay, great. And I put this much work into my body to get this prepared. I tape this, I watch this, I did this, I practice footwork, and I look like a fucking ballerina at 6'5".
Yeah.
Right?
It's just hard.
Oh, okay. But it's that easy, right? So I'm just going to hand it to me. Do you know how many works to go to the steps? Here's the thing. If I look at a ballerina and I watch her do her steps, that's amazing.
It is.
Stop the tape, rewind it back, push it forward again, look at the footwork.
Yeah.
And at the same time, she only has to listen to a beat. You have to listen to a cadence.
Yeah.
I got to listen to the steps, and I got to make the adjustment.
Always.
It's kind of small-minded people making small-minded criticism.
They do. I will say this: playing on the offensive line, it's a lot different. You got to know every single detail of what's going on. Like for me, like when I'm preparing for an opponent, I'm always looking for his tendencies. I remember going against, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a college story, actually.
Great.
Jeff Stalin, who he coaches at the Eagles right now. We were playing A&M. He was talking about Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore was supposed to be a first-round pick. And he's a good player. He's a great friend, too. I talk to him from time to time. Mm-hmm. When I did play on that player early in my career. But he was like, this guy's really good, DJ. You gonna hire, you gonna light your hair on fire and shit. I'm like, Coach, is it that serious? I'm gonna watch him on film. He's gonna run around you. I was like, all right, Coach. I say bet that. I'm gonna show you. Mm-hmm. That Saturday hit, we play against boy and they also had Johnny Manziel. We know Mr. Football. You know who that is.
Yes.
But I will tell you, when I seen him, I said, "Hey, bro, it's me and you all day, cuz all day." And I'm talking shit too. I don't care who you are. Because the thing about it is, I had a coach named Coach Willie Carl Martin. He told us that nobody outworks the offensive line, but nobody, I don't care who they are, nobody outworks the offensive line. They don't get there. And you know what I did? He didn't get there all day. I was taking him to the sideline. Alex was going up the sideline for a touchdown. We was out there rocking and rolling. We had no fear in the world coming into that game because our mindset was already made up. We was coming that game to win, no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, developing that mindset. Now let's talk about that real quick.
That
Go back and you're gonna rewind. I want to rewind there.
Oh, okay, cool.
So developing that mindset.
That mindset really took time. That came from Coach Saban instilling that. The best thing he always said to us was like, he always said with his hands, there's no I in team, but there is an I individual. That's for each individual to do their job at the best of their ability. That's you studying film. That's you taking time out your day to do your homework, go over plays. That's time for you. That takes time out your day to be a great player. That's how players are made. And and that made me want to be so good because I heard him say all those words because it was words of encouragement. A lot of kids don't get there when they're going to college. A lot of kids come from single parent households. Some kids come from places where there's no structure. But when you go to college, it's structured. You know what I'm saying? So for us, it was like, damn, that's like our second dad for us. He telling all the little things to do right because the little things is what make the person.
Let me rephrase that for the audience, please, real quick. And let me say it this way. You derive success and you derive confidence from the preparation. And the comment I really want to make, and the way I really want to say, there's a saying, you don't gain confidence by screaming affirmations at the mirror. You gain it by having an undenying resume that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubt. And I really think that's really where it comes from. And sometimes I think we've forgotten that, right? Everybody's looking for the next meme or the next, I want the affirmation or I'm gonna write this shit down. Get the fuck up and move your feet.
Yeah. You can't be lazy.
Simple as that. And I think somehow we've missed that in the process, right? So now we're talking about productivity and health and mental health, and really it was all in the basics.
Yeah.
I got up, I watched film. I got up, I moved my feet.
Yeah.
I got up, I looked at this. I got up and went out to work out and work with the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? And I didn't have a problem taking a backseat to A, B, and C as long as I got to do all those things.
Yeah.
Right? And then I knew I was ready because I already played the best.
Yeah,
right?
No, you're right.
So you go in the jungle, and I want to go in the jungle. I want to go in the jungle with the lions because I want to find out if I'm really a lion or not.
Yeah.
And to me, that's kind of what you did.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where that
Comes from.
Right, that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think because when you say it and you look in the camera and say it like that, I feel like everybody's gonna think that's arrogance.
Oh no, man.
No,
Nah, that comes from something that you actually want. That's some.
No, but that's the work in the resume, and the resume isn't just I attained this for A, B, and C. I did the work to get here. It doesn't happen by mistake.
Oh no, man.
Because everybody wants a piece of that, and they all talented too.
Right. Yeah, that's time, work, and effort.
That's the part which I would like the audience. More importantly, man, I want the kids to hear it.
Yeah, I think this is what I tell my son. There's always someone out there working. There's always a kid working hard as you're working right now. And we out here running inside this heat. There's another kid out there running inside the heat too, doing the same thing with his dad.
I think, you used to see the shirts, right? Lazy but talented. When what you're looking at is a bunch of kids that either wanted validation.
Right.
Nah, bro, when we were kids, when I was a kid, I played in the fucking parking lot.
Oh yeah.
I remember getting in college as a freshman. I'm redshirted, and somebody's running their mouth, and I'm running mouths in the mud in the back of the dorms, and they caught me, and they run at me at 5:30 in the morning every day that week. And I kept asking, I don't know why you're doing this, because that's not going to stop. I wanted to battle you in the thing. Like, it's kind of like, if your game is that good, come show me. Well, I want to showcase it all fucking day, and I want to work on it at the same time. And you may not really be that good. You may just be running your mouth, but at least I'm going to get to work.
For sure.
And I think sometimes, we've forgotten that. Nah, I don't want to do this. Nah, I don't want to do that. No, I don't. Do you really love it?
Yeah.
It's about passion sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think people aren't really passionate about anything anymore.
I don't think so. For like playing ball, just a regular.
In general, this is a metaphor for life with an application, right? It's a health benefit, and I think it's a mindset. And most of the time, we're looking for a chemical imbalance when, change your thinking.
Yeah, I think the best thing what I heard when I was at Alabama, they always said, change the way people think about you. change the way the words that how they define you.
Man, I love that.
That's what you want.
I love that.
If you do that, if you're striving to get 1% better every single day, you're better than yesterday. You're better than the day before. That's the person you want to be tomorrow. That's how I see it, and that's the mentality.
But what are you gonna do to change that tide? And I think sometimes that's really the question I want to ask everybody.
I think the first time you start, you have a vision board. Vision board is not hard to get. You can go to Walmart, Dollar General, wherever you want to get one. But put the things that you actually want to do there and that you want to accomplish. You put those there. I did that. I had to go for a weight. I wanted to hit it. I wanted to do it. I want to show everybody that I really could do it, and I did it. I want to show everybody, hey, this is not something that you can just drop in a fairy tale movie and it just happen for you. You got to put the work in for it. You have to go get it every single day.
Now, is that the only way you utilize visualization?
For as just on a regular basis, no.
Okay, I'm just curious. Is it more goal orientated? Is it situationally orientated? How does that work?
I mean, for me, it's always been goal for like some of the stuff. But for me, if I'm doing it for me, it's me because it's personal. I feel like I could be a better person, better human being. And how I do that, I'll give you a better example of what I was doing. I was doing therapy. I was doing stuff like that. I was thinking like going back through past mistakes that I was making when I was younger, like all that stuff like that, like all the trauma I was dealing with. Those things cause you to act out when you're younger and you forget the little things that made you who you are. And I think that as society right now, as men, we forget who we are sometimes because we get so caught up in everything else around us instead of focus on the main thing is us. Because the thing about it is like this. This is how I look at it. When I'm doing everything I have to do to be great, right? I remember what's my legacy and what am I leaving behind. So when everyone remembers me, hey, how did DJ talk to me, or how did he treat me, or what picture he stopped by, took my kid, or what did he do when I was in trouble, or did he come help me? Those things you're leaving a legacy, right? Because look, I'm gonna tell you something. When I die one day, I'm dying by myself. It doesn't matter if I'm married or not. It doesn't matter because I know one thing. I left behind everything I wanted to accomplish, everything I wanted to do, being a great person, being a best friend for my friends that need me in a time of need. I'm there for them. So when I leave that legacy, that's for them. Because when I go, like, hey, I appreciate everything I had to do, you know?
We were talking about earlier thing about, I told you I was born in Texas and I went on the show earlier. Yeah. But my father will tell you straight up and down, he has a degree from Texas and Texas A&M, but if you ask him through and through, he would tell you he's an Aggie. And I always remember, so I buried him a couple years ago, and I'll always remember, rolling him on his right shoulder and getting in the box and doing it myself. Like, when I climbed myself out, I insisted on it. And I remember, I'm looking around and, you're buried in the sheet and you're just, they don't bury you with the money.
No.
They don't bury you with an IRA. Like, they don't bury you with an estate. It's who did you impact and the legacy you left.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people have forgotten what this world is about, what the test is like, what to look for, what the lessons are to learn. And I think we've forgotten what's important.